Hi, my name is Cameron.
And I'm Jordan.
And welcome to this month's edition of the Home Cooking Newsletter.
Today we're going to be making an easy taco soup recipe in the crock pot. It's awesome and
tastes delicious.
And it's good for the cold weather. So let's get started.
This recipe comes from my Aunt Maria in North Carolina. We used to go to her house in the winter and I always looked forward to hot chili.
First we're going to start by browning the meat. So we're just going to turn it on like a medium high and throw your chuck hamburger meat or whatever hamburger you want in there. And
we like the lean ground beef.
Oh my God. Okay, you do this.
All right.
Okay, so while he's cooking that, in your crock pot, this only takes a few hours to cook because your meat's already cooked. So basically it's just warming up your vegetables, but it's so nice and easy because you open the can and dump it in. So first we're going to start off with just a can of corn. You can even use frozen corn if you want to. But yeah, can of corn. You want to do 3 cans of beans. I like to do 2 cans of black beans and 1 can of dark kidney beans, but like I said, you can mix it up. You could do pinto beans, or you could do the white beans, you could do all black beans, whatever you want. So go ahead and just throw them in. Like I said, don't drain it. It gives it that nice saucy flavor when you leave the juice in there. Alright, next we have a can of diced tomatoes. Just going to toss that in there. And 1 8-ounce can of tomato sauce.
And while you're cooking your meat, you want to add in some diced onions. Give it some flavor.
And then last we have one of the small cans of green chilies. I'm going to add those in there. Alright. And that's it for all our canned stuff. Just want to mix that all in.
I can already smell it. It smells yummy.
So for our seasonings, we have 1 packet of our ranch dressing. The seasoned mix you're going to add in there. And 1 packet of taco seasoning as well.
And if you like a little variation and you want it a little bit hotter, I like to throw in a little bit of cayenne pepper. It makes it taste yummy and gives it that little bit of spice that I like in the wintertime when it's cold outside.
Like I said, this recipe is easy. It doesn't take very much time to cook. It's great for big families. It's easy, you can double it, put it in the crock pot, leave it to go. Also, I love to freeze it if you like to make meals, for the whole week or to have, just in case you don't want to cook. This is great. It freezes really great.
You can also cook it on the stove if you don't want to let it sit in the crock pot all day. We put it on a medium high. Cook the meat first till, drain it, put the meat in with the pot on the stove, and it's cooked in less than 30 minutes.
How's that meat coming?
It's good. It's almost brown. All right, now that the meat's brown, we're going to add it into the soup.
Go ahead. And while that's simmering, we're going to make our scones for Navajo tacos, which is one way that we really like to eat it.
Another way we like to eat it is with chips. You can put it in a bowl, have that nice fresh taco soup, and we have tortilla chips that we scoop it up with and put a little bit of cheese on top, and it is delicious.
Okay, now I have my own scone dough here. You can use any recipe, any scone recipe or dough that you want. And I'm just going to shake a little flour out on the countertop.
I've never actually seen her make this, so I'm pretty excited.
Put a little bit on my hands. And pull it out here. It can get a little sticky, so if you need to add a little more flour, do whatever you want. Will you turn that pan on?
You bet.
For me and put some oil in there. So you want to take a nice good chunk of dough here, form it into a circle, kind of pat it out. You can make them however thick or however thin that you want. I like my scones a little bit thicker because I love scones. So kind of push it out here. And once that gets hot.
They put enough oil on there for you?
Yeah, that's great. So once that gets hot, we're just going to lay it in there and fry it. I don't like to deep fry mine, especially with Navajo tacos, because I think that it's just a little more healthy just to, fry it up a little bit in the frying pan instead of deep fry it. So I'm going to go ahead and make a few more of these. All right, now this is what they should look like roughly when they're done. I would make them a little bit thinner than thicker so they cook faster, but from here, we're going to put it into a pan that's about medium heat with some oil and carefully lay it into the frying pan because oil is scary and dangerous sometimes. And just let it sit there and cook. You're going to want to flip it and then, put it somewhere to keep it warm until your chili's done. Yes.
About 30 seconds on each side, would you say?
Ooh, this looks delicious. Oh, sorry.
Holy cow.
Sorry. Said sorry. All right, so you want it to get that nice golden brown, kind of crunchy, crispy thing on the top. So this looks about done. We're just going to set it here in our plate.
All right, do I need to get more flour on my hands
first? That's probably good.
Okay, so pull out a little ball of dough.
Yep, you might have to roll that in a little bit of flour.
Like that?
Yep, that's great.
The right size. Put flour down on the counter. You said roll it?
Well, just kind of pat it out real thin.
All right, just like that?
A little bit thinner, real thin, like paper thin almost. They get really thick.
I see why you use the flour now. It gets sticky if you don't have enough on it.
Yep. Real thin. When they cook up, they get a little bit thick. They puff up, so you want to do it a little bit thinner.
Okay. How's that?
Great. Now let's put it in with the oil.
Put a little more flour down so it doesn't stick to my hands this time. All right. That look okay?
Looks great.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Perfect.
Not too difficult.
Okay, I'm gonna let you take care of that one, and I'm gonna make a few more.
How long before I flip it? Just check it like a pancake, or?
Check it just like a pancake. Yep.
Lift up on the side. It's looking good. All right. That was easier than I thought.
Now that we've made our scones, it's time to eat it. My favorite part, most certainly. There's what I like to do is I like to put it on my plate, and I like to pour it on top.
And I have a different approach. I love the scones. They're quick and easy to make, but I like to put my taco soup in a bowl and dip my scone into the soup.
So we're gonna demonstrate mine today. So we're just gonna pour it all over there.
And it smells good.
It does smell good. And I like to put toppings on it. We've got some lettuce, avocado, cheese, tomato, and you can really do anything that you want.
And if you're like me and you like to eat it in your bowl, I like to put cheese on it, and I like a little bit of sour cream. Makes it taste yummy. And don't really have anything else to say about that. And now for my favorite part, we actually get to try this recipe.
Yes.
It looks delicious. We're going to see how it tastes.
That is so good.
It is really good. Well, thanks for letting us share our favorite taco soup recipe with you.
We hope you enjoy it.